All right, so in order to make my tassel on my bookmark, I am going to take either contrasting or the same color thread. Just going to cut a length that's about 10 inches. It doesn't have to be exact. And you could do 2 if you wanted it to be a little thicker. I think I want this one to be thicker, so I'm going to do 2 lengths of 10. All right, and I'm going to set this aside and save that till I'm ready for it. Okay, in the meantime, in order to make this tassel, I have just a piece of cardstock that I've folded in half. It's 2 inches, and I'm going to wrap my thread around, depends on how many times you want. I do anywhere between 25 and 35 wraps. So all right, so that's 35 wraps. And now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to trim this. And I folded this in half so I can just slide my scissors in there. And okay, one more piece. All right. Okay, so I've got those ready. Okay, now there are a lot of ways to do this, and I don't know that mine is the best. If you have a better way, go for it. This is just how I figured out works for me. So I'm going to take my 10-inch length and I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot in that. And I'm going to leave a long enough tail so that I can tie it around this. Oopsie. All right, so there. And then I'm going to tighten that up. And then I'm going to tie that around the middle of my tassel. I can tie knots just fine until I need to do it in front of someone or on camera, and then it's like I don't have working fingers. All right. Let me get that centered before I tighten it up. Okay. Now I'm going to take another length of thread. So that's, I don't know, 18 inches. And fold it in half. I'll put my 2 ends into my needle. And now I'm going to wrap this one around my tassel. So the first thing I'm going to do is go in through this end so that I don't have to tie a knot. And I'm just going to tighten that up around the end of my tassel. And then I'm just going to pull through any threads that are looking weird. Try to make it look as smooth as I can. Now I'm just going to wrap tightly around that end. As many or as few times as you want. And now to secure that, I'm going to go in to that wrap and into the end of the tassel. All right, so if you have difficulty getting your needle through, you can grab it with needle nose pliers and gently pull it through. Okay, there. And then I'll just go back in one more time to make sure that it's nice and secure. Okay, there's my tassel, and I want to straighten that up and make it look nice. So I will trim this so that they're sort of even. You could, if you are a sewer or a quilter, you could put this on your cutting mat and take your rotary cutter and just give that a nice trim. That would entail taking out a lot of stuff for me, so I'm just going to give it a trim with my scissors that are nice and sharp. There we go. Get rid of that. And now I can attach it to my bookmark. So I just gonna find the place for these square ones. I attached it in the corner. For my triangle, just attached it to one of the ends. For this one, I'm just gonna do it in the center, which is right here. And so I just take my crochet hook and pull this through. And there we go. A completed bookmark.